All right. So in today's Power Hour, I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand what it is that you want to do. What is your craft? Okay. Because whatever that thing is that you want to do, and I got to harp back on Brittany Sade. I spoke with her. She told me what she wanted to do, her vision, and I made her do it. Right. Let's not talk about it no more. So today we're not talking about things no more. Right. I don't want to know what you like to do. I don't want to know what you're thinking about doing. We have to make action. We got to do what it is that we said that we're going to do. And the problem that a lot of us face when we try to do this is we try to do too much, right? We want to, be a vegan meal prep book today, and then tomorrow we want to coach, and then next Friday we want to have a vegan party. Well, the issue is you never got through the first thing, right? So you need to make a list of what you have, just like I do the opportunity list. You guys should be taking advantage of that. And you should have all of your revenue generating opportunities. And then you're going to look at those revenue generating opportunities and you pick out which one. Which one do I want to focus in on? And you just focus on that one, okay? Don't look to be the vegan chef, the vegan group organizer, the vegan event planner. If you're going to be the vegan chef, really dive into the vegan chef and say, okay, in order for me to get this vegan chef going, what do I want to do? I want to create a vegan chef cookbook. All right, well, I don't want to focus in on anything else. What do I need to do in order to make this cookbook happen for me? And I just want to start focusing on everything that's involved and catered into the cookbook, because what you'll realize is that by you doing this, you really got that cookbook done in 2 days, right? But when you keep spreading things out, it's going to take you 5 weeks to do a cookbook and you never may get it done. It's going to take you 2 months to get the event started, to getting organized, and you never are able to really do the event. And before you know it, the whole year is going to be gone. So I want everyone today, while we're going through our Power Hour, okay, and Ariana's going to do an amazing Power Hour today, teaching about social media, as well as I think she's going to go into Canva a little bit. But as we're doing this, guys, this is for you. This is your opportunity to make money. And got to pull Brittany out again just because I've been looking at her profile today. So, as she told her story about the book, and, I've been telling her, show results, let the people see, you're building FOMO, you're letting them know that something exciting is happening. They want to join in on the opportunity. But, I just know that everything's not planned out as far as on her side of mapping out her advertising, because, see, as you're doing it, you could kill like 2-3 birds with one stone. You're focusing in on creating your book, but it's already up and running. You're pumping it. Well, now let me throw in the other opportunities that I have. I'm still just talking about my book. I'm driving my book. How did I get my book driven so fast? How did I do it? Oh, well, I joined this elite fortune group thing, and that's just a post. Because people are going to want to know, how did you do this? Why did you do this? Well, now you go ahead and you connect the pieces together. Let them know how they can get involved. You sold your book, all right? And then after you sold your book, you're making those profits and you hit them with an upsell. That's all it is. It's called the upsell, just like you would do with Amazon. All right, Amazon, if you go to purchase a curling iron, I'm pretty sure before you hit finish close that they're going to try to sell you rollers, a comb, some grease. All of these other things is sitting right there at you. So you got to get in the mindset like, I want to do exactly what they do. But you have your main focus. Like, this is my main focus. I'm just focused in on making this one thing happen. Once you make that one thing happen, you connect your upsells. Because I don't know what a person might buy. I never know what a person might buy, right? But if I have all the opportunities together when they do purchase that one thing, and I can hit them with multiple upsells, well, I mean, hey, look, if you want to keep buying, you keep buying. If not, you don't, okay? So today, figure that out. And as we go through this training today, start to build your stuff. whatever that one thing is. You can literally take what we're going to do in Canva. If you don't have a product, you don't have a service, learn what we're using today in Canva, and you can put the quote that we're going to teach you and tie it back into the Elite Fortune Group. All you want to do is build FOMO, okay? So you can direct your people where to go. Like, let us work and sell for you. So all you do is make a good post, tell people, they're literally going to be like, oh man, what does that do? How did you do that? Well, I have a mentor at Elite Fortune Group. I would love to share the opportunity with you. When's a good time for you to schedule a three-way? You go set up the three-way call with the scheduling link, and boom, you sold your product. That easy. It's really that easy. What you'll realize with this internet marketing, the easier you make it, the more money you're going to make. Don't make this complicated. It's really, truly easy. But I'm going to turn the floor over to Ariana now for the training. Once again, guys, pull out your phones, pull out your computer. You guys should make a post right now on your social media. At me in it, hashtag Elite Fortune Group, build FOMO while you're learning this training. You could be posting while you're going through this training, but make sure you're not just watching this training today. Like, you have to take action. This training is not just to watch. It's about making things and implementing it, okay? So, Ariana Stowe, the floor is yours. You can take it from here.
Okay, excellent. All right. So, hope you guys are excited to learn more about kind of Instagram. This is going to be 2.0. So those that missed the first version, I'm going to go a little bit back into some new things that I've learned about Instagram, just so that you all are understanding a bit more on how to utilize the entire platform, as well as going through a little bit of Canva training. So this is going to be interactive. And so I'll need you all to either be by your phone or by your computer during this part of the training. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And if you guys are excited to learn more about social media today, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat box. Just want to make sure everybody's engaged and ready to roll. So I'll give it just a minute here. Let me see some ones. Okay, perfect.
Do we need to download Canva?
You don't need to download Canva, but you will need to go to the website, but I'll let you all know when you're going to need to do that. Okay, so does everybody see my desktop so far? And then I also want to share my notes from Instagram. Okay, you should be able to see my notes now, yes? Okay, cool. So I did an Instagram class. I paid for an Instagram class that was, what's it called? Organized by the six-figure chick. It's this girl named CC who's totally killing it. She does 20, 30,000 in 2 and 3 days based on her products that she sells. Brittany, I believe, put me onto her, but I was already aware of her, but I finally started buying into her trainings, and she's super, super legit. Her trainings are very beginner friendly, so I don't always learn new information, but I like to hear the same things over and over again because, one, it's just a reiteration of the point that I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. And two, people typically like to drop different kinds of things that they do and different ways that they've been successful using Instagram, and Instagram is her entire thing. And since everyone here has bought into the Elite Social, Instagram is now one of your main business drivers. So just a few points that I wanted to bring up in terms of Instagram. Number one, one thing that we're going to learn today is how to create a graphic using Canva for your Instagram stories. Because at the end of the day, because Instagram is an aesthetically pleasing, focused tool, you want to make sure that you have good content, one, and two, good looking content, right? And so a lot of you all, and I'm going to be doing an Instagram audit on somebody's page. So if you want me to go through and kind of tell you different ways to spruce up your content, I'll be doing that a little later on. But most of us, if we're just getting started or we're just growing our page, we haven't quite figured that out yet. So we're going to go through that and show you guys some examples on how to make it work. A few ideas when it comes to content. And so you're looking at my notes right now. And let me go back a second. So different things on Instagram that you can post. I'm just going to add these to my notes here. I'm typing this in if my computer wants to let me do it. So using Instagram, you have your Instagram feed. All right. And so these are the things that you're looking at that you're posting to your page, right? And in your feed, you can do photos, videos, right? Quotes, etc. right? Within photos, you have an option to do something called a carousel. Ooh, we're just gonna have the thing fix me here. There we go, carousel. And you can have up to 10 photos on that, all right? Videos can be 1 minute long, and you also can post up to 10 videos, all right? So I know we have some people that are into music, and we have people that have all different kinds of niche groups that they're into. Utilize every single feature that Instagram has to offer. And you also want to make sure that you're looking at your insights in order to figure out what's actually working, right? And I'll show that in a little bit later when we go through our audit period, okay? So you have photos, videos, and quotes that you can post to your Instagram feed. You also have Instagram stories, all right? And you have IGTV. And I believe that's it, right? So these are the main things that you have on Instagram, right? Now, the way that Instagram looks at engagement, it's not just about likes on photos. Like, we literally have to get out of that. I know I've heard some feedback of people getting freaked out about likes going up and down and followers going up and down. If you're getting good engagement, which means that people are commenting on your posts, let's talk about engagement, right? Comments on posts. All right. Direct messages. Likes, of course, but that's kind of all the way down. Saves, right? As well as shares. So these are all things that Instagram is looking at in order to determine whether or not your profile can or cannot beat the algorithm, which means that if your profile beats the algorithm, that means that it's being seen by more people. All right. So does that make sense so far? Does anybody have any questions on engagement or on different ways to use Instagram? I don't know where the chat is. Travis, let me know if anybody types in the chat.
Gotcha.
Okay, thanks. All right, so we're all clear on that. So if you are not utilizing different ways to post on Instagram, I guarantee you, you're leaving money on the table. That's why when I wrote the email earlier, I said that it's bag season all 2019. We have to meet social media where it's at instead of trying to fight with it. So use all the tools that Instagram has. All right. Now, moving along. In terms of content ideas, all right, here's different things that you can post on social media. And these things can be used in any of these mediums, whether it's your story, whether it's IGTV, whether it's a post on your page, right? These are different ideas for content. So if a lot of you are struggling with, well, what do I post? And, you know, how do I engage with my audience? Here's a list of things that you can try. All right. Number one, tips, right? So if you're in fitness like me, that means you're giving health and fitness related tips, wellness tips, top 5 things to do to have less stress, top 5 exercises to work your behind. If you're in food, right, it could be, here are 5, Mickens had a really good post the other day. He did a really good job of this. He said, here are foods that can help fight, oh my gosh, what was it? Like cancer fighting foods or something like that. And then he did a carousel and had different pictures of the food and the ingredients that they had to actually make them cancer fighting foods, right? Got a lot of good engagement on that. Another thing, behind the scenes. So this is great for people that are in any kind of service-based business. How do you set up your, for me, like how do I put together my workout clothes, right? Like how do I set up my equipment before I do a workout, right? For people that are, I don't know, just type in the chat like an industry or something and I'll kind of help you along if you're stuck on this. But it's anything that you're doing kind of behind the scenes. Why does this matter? Because people are nosy. They want to know what you're doing, right? They want to know what you're doing, okay? Next thing, products, right? So this is great. Right now, Brittany Sade has just dropped her ebook, right? Her ebook, she posted in she posted it on her page, right? Then every time somebody buys it, they're literally taking a screenshot of what they buy because it's a digital product. Then they're posting it to their story. Now she can repost it to her story, which shows adds that FOMO, and B, shows that people are actually buying her products, right? Super, super dope. Shout out to Brittany. Also, you can also show products in progress, right? So she also did this again today. She showed in her story the fact that she's working on something else, right? So that shows people that she is consistently working on her brand, right? Another thing that you could do is a testimonial, which is something that we'll be going over today. Anytime that you have someone who's gotten results, like I use this for myself when somebody's wearing the fitness clothes that I sell, I post that on my page, right? Anyone that has used anything that you sell, promote, etc., you need to post that testimonial in your story or on your page, all right? Another thing that you want to think about for content is celebrations, right? So your page, generally speaking, should be somewhere between 60 to 75% business related, depending on what business that you're in. And then 25% of it also needs to be a little personal, right? Personal means whatever you want to share. Now, some people still have a personal page and a business page. To be honest, if I don't know what you're using for your personal page, but if you're really trying to grow your business page, just make it all one for right now. And then as your business grows, you can kind of branch off and have a personal page. Personally, for me, I don't really know why you want to have two. It's kind of hard to manage just one. But regardless, if you want to post more personal things on your business page, keep it at like a 75-25% ratio, okay? And then when it comes to personal things, one really good thing that you can share that people love is celebrations or milestones, right? Your birthday, kid's birthday, anniversary. If you guys do something special for the holidays, stuff like that, people love to see again because they're super nosy and they also want to see that you have a quote unquote balanced life. Even if you don't, go ahead and post it. All right. Another thing, content from others in your industry. This was something new that I hadn't really thought about before, but it totally makes sense because you're like paying homage and giving props to someone who's already doing what you're doing. So that shows that you're open to kind of sharing the wealth, right? Two, it also gives people an opportunity to check out that person's content. Now, I would not necessarily be in fear that they're going to go and spend money on that other person because, to be honest, if they're spending money on that person, then they're probably going to spend money on you too, right? So that adds some additional clout basically to your own brand as well. And you should be doing that at least one time a week. Again, this can either be on your feed, a video, or in your story. So another thing that you can share are promotion/sales. So if you have anything that you're selling, this is a perfect thing to post in your stories. And I'm going to teach you guys some new ways to do that. That looks a little bit more professional using Canva. Another good thing is to do things that have worked or things that haven't worked. So this is great if you're always promoting like healthy foods. It's really great to do that, as well as if you are trying out new business tools. Like, for example, we can all post the fact that Elite Social has worked for us, because if it's growing your social media more than you have on your own, then that's something that has worked, right? And maybe you can talk about how spending hours beforehand didn't work until you had this service, right? Another thing is telling the people the benefits of your products/services. Again, Mickens does this super, super well. We already talked about testimonials. Quotes are really, really good. It's something that I've even kind of gone back and forth about because I would rather do like pictures on my feed, but I noticed that one of the quotes I posted had 117 saves. So what does that mean? People like quotes, because why quotes inspire them hopefully to go take action, right? Another thing is questions. Now, what's really great is that Instagram already has a question feature built inside of the stories, and I'll be showing that a little later. But if not, you can also post just a general question either on your page, because that's an easy way to get engagement. So like, something really simple that everybody can do is, what do you all want to see more from on my page? Ask the people what they want, right? Because if you're not constantly doing market research, you're not able to, that means that basically you're not interested in what your audience actually wants. And why this is beneficial is because it's going to tell you exactly what you need to go create that's going to earn you profit, right? And so we're always here to teach you new ways to make more money. And a really easy way to make more money is to ask people what they want. All right. Holidays, of course, we kind of covered that. Any challenges that you guys have that you're doing. If you're involved in health and fitness, freebies like 5-day, 7-day clean eating group is a really great challenge, and make it free, right? Because what that's going to do is it's going to add you a smaller group of people that are actually interested in what you're doing. Another really cool thing Dr. Davis does is extremely well is a day in the life. He literally every day on his story shows exactly what he's doing every single day. Nobody can ever question that he's not always working, always creating, or always making money. Like, that's literally the 3 takeaways you can know just by watching his story, because he's always showing what his day is doing. Another really cool thing is to show the books that you are reading. So if you're participating in our book club, which you all should be, you can share the book that we're on for the day, and then ask your audience, like, hey, what books are you guys reading right now? All right. Another thing is favorite things, kind of what are your top faves? And this is how you can tie in your affiliate marketing. Like, hey guys, I'm using this amazing CBD oil. It's helped me with X, Y, and Z. If you want to check it out, click the link in my bio. Boom. Like, it's so simple, guys. And oftentimes we're just not thinking creatively enough, and we're not being open-minded enough to the ways that we can connect the things that we're doing with the things that we post on social media. But I promise you, it's super, super simple. Okay. Another thing is repurpose content. So if you guys have a post that did really, really well, bring it up every 4 weeks, because if it did well once, I guarantee you it's going to do well again. And also keep in mind that your audience is coming back. I mean, not even coming back, but your audience is growing every single day. So if you have a post that was fire, it did really well, had a lot of engagement, bring that up every 4 to 6 weeks and see if it takes off again, and then work from there. So that was pretty much it in terms of content ideas. I know that I talk super fast, but I just want to make sure that we're mindful of your time and get all this information in. And, okay, I was like looking at these notes. That was for something else. So essentially the notes down here mean that after you post this content, then kind of what happens. Posting the content makes people more aware of your brand and what you have, what you sell, and who you are. That then goes into developing an interest. And then from that interest, you want to help them get to a decision. And that's why we tell you guys to post call to actions on every single post, because then that action will turn into a sale. So that's what those notes meant. So I'm going to pause quickly right here before we go into the content creation portion. Does anybody have any questions from what I've just shared?
Yep.
All good? Everything's clear? Good, 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 good. Can you send me that note? I'm gonna let me see.
I'll show you how to send a note.
Yeah, I can share it. Yes, Mickens, I'll send it to you. If anybody wants this exact note, it doesn't really make sense, but if it makes sense to you, just drop your email in the chat. All right. Any other questions? Questions? Cool beans. Okay, so now let's talk about Canva. So what's really cool is outside of what we do with you all with Elite Fortune Group, Travis has a coaching group as well. And one of the clients within the coaching group is creating an ebook using Canva, which I'm going to show a little bit about. But most importantly, we thought that it would be a good idea just to share Canva in general. Okay, so first of all, I want to know who does not know what Canva is, never heard of it. Don't be shy. I just want to know kind of who knows about Canva and who doesn't know about Canva. So let me know. Give you guys a second. And it's Canva. That's how you spell Canva. Don't know. So we got a don't know from Oscar. All right. Cool. This is going to be exciting. I know Brittany knows Canva. Jamil doesn't know Canva. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is so exciting. You guys are going to have your minds completely blown. Okay, cool. So what I need everyone to do right now, I know and use it. Okay, awesome, Brandon. So I'm going to be calling on you to show us some things as well. And so everybody right now, I'm going to drop it in the chat. Go to canva.com. Brittany said she used it to make her ebook. Awesome. So Brittany used Canva to make an ebook that's making money, right? And guys, guess what? This is a free resource. Free. And she used it to make money. That is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, cool. So everybody go to canva.com. And if you're on your phone, there's also an app for Canva. Again, that's Canva. So go ahead and pull that up. And once it's pulled up, just drop a 2 in the chat so that I know that you're ready to go. You guys should be able to see my screen as well. So just let me know that you can see my screen.
Got it.
All good? Awesome. Does everybody on Canva? Got some 2s in the chat box. Where did the chat box go? So what's really awesome about Canva, a lot of things. Canva is essentially a design-based website, a graphic design-based website that allows you to create all sorts of kinds of things with templates, right? So as you see here, I have some templates that I've worked on. I'll show you guys a couple cool things that I've done. Shout out to myself. But these are a lot of the graphics that I do. The cool thing is that once you have your images, you can literally come in here and do anything. So I've made all sorts of graphics on here. I have LinkedIn cover pages. This is for my Facebook like page. All sorts of things, media kits, like just really amazing, amazing stuff that you can make on Canva. All right. I made this carousel for my website. This is my logo. I did all this on my own. And it's so simple. It might look super complicated, but y'all, it's so, so simple. And again, the reason why you want to be using these kinds of tools is A, because they're free, and B, because it's going to make your page stand out because it's actually going to look professional. All right. So we're going to talk about a couple different things. I first want to go over an ebook briefly, just because there was a request for that. And so I'm actually working on an ebook myself, and these are just 30 jaw-dropping Instagram recipes. So let me go back a second. Just to create an account, you have 2 options. You can either do a paid version or the free version. The paid version allows you to have more of like a branding package where you can do your brand colors. You can also do a you can store your logos, you can store a whole bunch of work. So it's really good, I think, for businesses in general, period, but it's not necessary to get started with Canva, okay? So for those that are working on an ebook, or if you want to create an ebook, which everyone should, just because it's a good resource to have for your brand. I'm just gonna wait for this to load. Okay, cool. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you're in the right format. So this format I used was print. No, I'm tripping. This format that I used was US letter. And so just to go back here, if I started here and I wanted to create a design, oh my gosh, my computer is not going to like me doing all this stuff at once. But if I wanted to create a design, you can either start here with some of the options that they already have, and you would just scroll over. And then to do the ebook, you want to use the US letter document. I'm going to close some of this stuff up. See if that helps. Okay, cool. So then once you're here, you'll want to search templates. The good thing is that you don't have to think really hard about this stuff because they've already put together templates for you, okay? And the good thing is they've already put templates together that even have text in them. So all you're doing is just replacing it with something fresh in there. So your title page might look like something like this. And look, they already are giving me 5 options of templates. So I would just click on this. It's a magazine, which is basically the same thing as a book. And then here's my page 1. Now, the one thing that I want to point out is that, do you all see, and let me zoom in on this. Let's do 75%. Do you see how this picture has lines over it? That's because this is a photo that you have to purchase. This is Canva's own photo. It's probably only $1 or so, so please feel free to use it. But if you have your own pictures, you would go over here to Elements. Well, let me go back. Canva has their own set of free pictures. You go to Elements, then go to Photos, and then I would just pick a picture. Let's try, we're gonna go to free only so that we're only getting the free stuff. And then I would select burger. Or I would enter burger. All right, and then all the photos related to burgers would pop up, and then here are my free options. And then all I do is hover over it, and now I can use this photo without having to pay for it. Does that make sense? So now, because this is a free photo, now I don't have to pay for it. I'm free to use it. The rights are all covered, no big deal. It's still a burger, right, which was what it was before. And then I can go ahead and do my thing. The other cool thing about Canva is that most of everything on here is customizable. So I'm like, you know what? Orange isn't really my color. My color is actually pink. So I would change this. I'm like, I'm not really feeling this font. Let me try something else. And here are my branded fonts that I already have at the top of my page. So now I do that. Again, I don't really like this background. It's gray, but I actually prefer all black. Boom. Right? So does this make sense so far? So everything is customizable. All I have to do is insert my content, and then we're done. Now, if I'm ready to go to the next page, I would click here to create a new page, and then I would go back to my templates and then pull this bad boy up, because this is the next template in this set that I selected. And then I would go ahead and add my text and everything, and go ahead and add my photos. So Tasia, if you are, when you're working on your ebook, if you are having difficulty with the text, try to use a template. That way you already know that it's formatted correctly. And then usually things automatically save. As you can see, this is all changes saved here at the top. But if for some reason you're having issues, just go here and hit save. Okay, so does this make sense so far? So this is a really easy, not a whole lot of time that you'll have to waste spending to make an ebook. All right, so this is a really easy way to do it. Everybody loves Canva. Cool. Questions about this so far? All good? Okay, so next we're going to go over how to make highlight covers on your Instagram page.
Hey guys, while she's doing this, you should have Canva open right now so you can have a post done by the time we get off this power hour. We can look over it, double check right here. But this is the time to take advantage. Create something on Canva.
Yes, thank you so much. So in order to go over this, let me get rid of this. Let me do this. Actually, we're gonna do 2 different things. So Canva now has Instagram story pre-formatted templates, okay? And if you've been wondering, well, how do I make story highlights and how do I do this thing? They've already made it super easy because they're giving you the exact dimensions of what you need to make, okay? And the reason why story highlights are important is because it's a way to store things that you've already put in your story forever on your page, all right? And so what you do is you type in Instagram story. Let me do it all the way. Instagram story. All right, and it'll pop up. It's a 1080p by 1920 pixels. So I click on that. And then someone who doesn't have highlights currently, give me something that you're going to be highlighting on your page. So if you don't have story highlights, what is it that you want to highlight on your page? Somebody just type in the chat quickly and I will show you how to make that.
Just gotta come up with something.
Yeah, anybody, somebody.
They ain't trying to make this moolah.
Is Oscar on the line? Does he have story highlights? Let me look. OSCAR. Okay, so he has highlights. He has a lot of highlights, but he doesn't have any covers. Matter of fact, he has a lot of highlights. And actually, so for example, you have several that are related to the dogs. Realistically, they could go in one place and then you could put them all there, right? So I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's say you wanted to use the color black. So all I would do is go to background here. Oh, I'm tripping. I would actually click on this and then I would make this black. All right. And then I would go to elements. And I'm going to look in graphics. And then I'm going to type in the word dog. Let's just see what pops up. Cute. So here's a cute one. Here's just a little paw. Now it's black. I'm going to make it white so that we can see it. Okay, cool. Make it small because it's still going on the highlight. Now, did you see it was here and then I moved it here and this line popped up in the middle? This means that it is centered and aligned. And then as soon as I move it down, that's right in the middle. Did y'all see that? So that's the way to make sure that it's centered. Because when I move this and download it to put into my highlight, it's going to be right in the middle. And I'll show you guys so that makes a little bit more sense. Then all I would do is go over to text and I would drop, I would use this one. This is just my text here that I use. Make this a lot bigger. We'll make it like 42 fonts. I'm gonna call this bullies. I'm gonna make it white so that we can see. All right, and then I move this down right here. Can make this a lot bigger. It's so small. Okay, cool. Boom. All right. So now all I would do to add this to my stories is I would just save this. I would just come over here. I'm sorry, I would download it. So I would come over here. I would download it. Now, when you have the paid version, this is super important. You also have the option of adding a transparent background. This is what you would use to add your logo on a picture. All right, but I don't need to make this transparent, so just download it as a PNG. PNG is like one of the highest qualities that you can download as a picture from the internet, but it has other options. You do it as a PDF, to print, a standard, or a JPEG, but I recommend PNG. That's what they tell us to do, so that's what we do. So go ahead and download this, and then it's there. All right, and then the only other thing that I would do is I'm going to connect my phone at the end to show you guys how to upload to your story, but this is what you do to create a story highlight. And then if I want to duplicate this because I want to make something different, I want to keep the background but do a different image, I would go here, choose a different graphic, and then add a different name, and then I can download every single page, and then I have all my highlights done. Does that make sense? So again, the reason why this is important, y'all, is because we want our pages to look amazing, right? So if you have to take a little bit of effort, I mean, this literally took me what, 3 to 5 minutes to make your page look more elegant and well put together. That's going to make your page more attractive. Instagram is an attraction-based platform, right? People like looking at things that look good. Does that make sense? So that is the way that you do story highlights. All right. The last thing that we're going to go over is a post that we're going to make and practice with adding some Elite Fortune Group sauce on it. So you can show everybody, hey, today I learned how to use Canva using Elite Fortune Group. I'm so happy and grateful that I am a part of this family. All right. So any questions about story highlights before I move on? Does this seem simple enough? Is anyone super lost? It's okay if you're lost.
And I just a quick, what she did right there with that bullies and dog print, Oscar, is you take this, you put it on your story, and this becomes the cover of your highlight, right? So now, instead of having, the 50 highlights that you have, put all of your bully highlights under this one highlight that says bullies. And what's going to happen is when you look at the highlight on your actual Instagram, all it's going to show you is a poll with the word bullies under it. So when somebody comes to your page, like, they know if I click on this highlight, I should be expecting to see all bullies, like some good bully information. And, maybe you want to say all bullies. Well, you could have that poll and bullies playing, bullies eating, whatever. And instead of how your highlight just has a bunch of different cover photos, this makes it look great, and they'll click on it.
Okay, good. So I'm in the chat here. So I'm gonna work on it tonight. Right now I only have words. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So this might take at most 20 to 30 minutes if you just sit down and do it, but it's a really good way just to organize your content and just to make your page look super clean. So thank you guys for your feedback on that. All right. And then the good thing is once you do your story highlight, it'll be another opportunity to tag the Elite Fortune Group, because remember, you're only going to save this middle part. So you can type whatever you want outside of it to be like, hey, I learned how to do this with the Elite Fortune Group on tonight's training. All right. So now we're going to jump into that. This thing is in the way. Okay, cool. So I found this template for you guys. Okay, cool. So I'm going to drop this in the chat.
One thing to mention with using the Canva for your Instagram is that if you like to do or make up your own quotes, you can just create like a blank template with just like, the color scheme of your Instagram and post it on your story and type your quote in it in Canva. So that way it kind of looks more like a professional quote, if that makes any sense.
Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second here. Okay, so there's this and there's this.
Ready for sales yet, Brittany?
Yes.
I
didn't finish yesterday, but I did still do some today.
That's dope. And guys, look, they've literally, I'm sure they've made, if not 1,000 or close to 1,000. They've been running their vegan challenge as well as their book. All of this money has just been made while they're working on other things.
True. Okay, so we are going to. All right, so everybody go ahead and go back into Canva. And we're going to make another Instagram story post. This will be a fresh one. And I'm going to show you guys a few other templates that are already pre-made to either do a quote, like Brittany said. Actually, yeah, we'll do a quote. We'll do a quote together. And then I'm going to give you all another template for something a little different that's going to give you some engagement on your profile. So as soon as I opened up this story, I opened up the story design. Here on my left-hand side are all of these pre-made templates, right? And they're actually really, really nice. And they're all free. They're all free. So you can scroll through and kind of take a look at them. Like I really love this, and I'm probably going to use this one later. I really love this one. I used that one earlier. So a whole bunch of really cool stuff. So let's do. We'll do this one because it allows you to put a quote in here with pictures. All right. So Dr. Davis, will you do us the honors and give us a quote for today's training?
Dang. Caught me.
Put you on the spot.
Just keep working. Is this something else you can work? Give me a couple seconds.
Sure. So everybody, if you're on Canva now, go ahead and choose this template here with the flowers on top. It's a quote in the middle, and then this skyline at the bottom.
While Travis is thinking about his quote, one of the tips when it comes to using Canva, I always think of the KISS method, which is keep it simple, stupid, because there's so much that you can customize. You can get lost in the design that you're using. So just keep that in mind when you're using any template, because me as a photographer, sometimes I get in there, I look down and I look up and 30 minutes has went by and I haven't even created one template.
That's such a good point, Brandon. Thank you for bringing that up. Literally, guys, you could devote your whole power hour to Canva. I would break it up into two, do like a 30-minute design phase and then 30 minutes to post it or however you want to do it, because you can get lost in this website. Absolutely 100% true. I tend to kind of just stay within the first, 15 to 20 images, because I'm like, if I can't find something in these, then maybe I'll move on to the next task. So that's why I picked something that was kind of at the front. So I actually kind of like this quote that's already in here, to be honest. So we can use this one for now. So it says, a new week, a new opportunity to chase those dreams. Feel free to use your own quote as well. And then I want you all to pick an image that's related to your brand. So my brand is fitness. I'm just going to go over here to elements. And I'm going to put in fitness. And realistically, I have tons of images, but for this purposes, I'm going to walk through what this looks like for you guys. So let's see. Let's say I wanted to choose this one. And then let's try. Oh, even better. Okay, great. I like this one. Oh, I like this guy because he's black. So put that one up there. And then this girl looks pretty cool. Okay, cool. So do you guys see what I did? I just went and searched these free images, and then I went ahead and added them into the two boxes that were there. Just so you all know, if you want to upload your own photos, you just go down here to uploads. Okay. And then as you all see, I already have tons and tons of images in here. So then I would just pick something from my own files, and then all you have to do is literally hit upload an image, and the little box will pop up to do an upload from your own personal collection. Does that make sense? And then once you upload it, it just uploads right to this feed, and then everything is here. And if you want to delete a photo, and this is something new that I learned, you just hit those little dots and then you can delete. All right. There's also ways to organize it by folder, which can be super helpful. Like currently I have my logos in a photo, And then I make graphics for Travis a lot, so I have those organized in a photo. So that stuff is already here. Matter of fact, let me show you how I would put a logo on here. My logos are already transparent. So I would just grab my logo. We'll do this one. All right, it usually pops out super big, so I'll just make it a little bit smaller. And then maybe I'll add it to the quote right here. All right, so feel free to get creative to this. I know some of you all are already thinking like, who can I pay to do this for me? But right now you probably can't afford it. So you're gonna have to do some things on your own right now, all right? But I promise you it's so worth it, because then you'll know exactly what you need to do. So something that I hate is that when I try to make this up here, it makes it smaller. You have to basically like move this picture out the way to move your logo in there, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. If I wanted to add my logo on here, that's what I would do. All right, does that make sense so far? So I'm gonna delete that for now. Then all I would do is save it. So I'm gonna go ahead and download it here. Now, because I also have Canva on my phone, I'm actually going to grab this from the Canva app to upload it. You could upload it to your phone in a couple different ways. I typically would just AirDrop it to myself, but my AirDrop from my MacBook to my phone has not been working, or I would throw it in my Google Drive and then I can access Google Drive from my phone. So you can do it a couple different ways, but I'm gonna go ahead and share my phone and show you all how to upload this. And then we're going to tag the Elite Fortune group and repost each other. So let's see, I'm gonna do a new share. Any questions so far? Did everybody get their graphics done?
I got your quote. What did I say? Don't be scared of failures. Embrace them, learn from them, and do it again.
Oh, I love that. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna actually change it. I never know where my Canva app is. I think it's in pictures. Yes.
And the little images.
All right, cool. So as you guys see, trying to load images. Okay, so
yeah, and Canva's going to be tricky for you guys, definitely if it's your first time. Just be patient and realize, once you get it down, it's easy.
Facts. Well, my phone is hating me right now, but I'm going to show you guys how to do the highlight thing real quick. So this is the thing that I created. Sorry, my phone is catching up slowly here. Okay, cool. It's moving slow. But I'm saving this photo. All right. Then all I'm going to do is go to my Instagram. All right, there's like a super crazy delay. Okay, here we go. So then I click on this. I click on the photo to add it to my story. So I'm going to type helping at, let me see. What is it, Louise? Something. What's your name, Oscar? Oh, there it is. Busy Boy Bullies. Create new highlights, covers using Canva. Love this. All right, do you guys see it's coming along? All right, and then I'll do hashtag the elite coaching group. Cool beans. So I can still use this as my highlight cover, even though I have all these other graphics on there. I mean, I can make it a little bit smaller too, just in case. Because the highlight cover is just going to be a circle in the middle of the page. That's why I wanted to make sure it was aligned in the middle, right? And then I'll add this to my story. And then in order to highlight it as a story, you go over to where it says highlight in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and you'll click on that, and then you'll either make a new highlight or you'll add it to an existing highlight. So in this case, I would make a new one. I would call it bullies, and then I would hit add. Does that make sense? And then it's there. View on profile, I'm gonna go delete it.
Dope.
So do you see how, and look, I could even make it a little bit bigger because look how small that is. I want people to be able to read that. So I would go back to Canva and edit it again, just to make sure it's big enough. All right. And then I would click on here to delete it. Edit, highlight. How do I delete this thing again? Here we go. So you just hold onto the highlight and then you delete it. Got it? Now, the highlight must stay in your story for 24 hours to stay as a highlight forever, because all of your stories are archived, but you have to keep this cover in your story for 24 hours in order for it to work as a cover. All right. So make sure you don't delete it. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is see if I can pull up this image that I made earlier. Doesn't seem to be working. Let's see. Let me try just to save it. So is this helpful for you guys, making these Instagram graphics on Canva? I hope this is super helpful. All right, let me see what this thing is doing. Okay, cool. So the one I just made is there now. So for some reason, Canva for the app has not updated to the 2.0 version, so I wasn't able to see the graphic that we made earlier. However, it was there when I saved it. Okay, so don't be worried if the app doesn't show it to you, because boom, there it is. Look how good that looks. I'll wait for it to load. That looks amazing. Doesn't that look so good? Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, cool. So all I would do is go here and be like, oh my gosh, so learning how to make new graphics with the fam. The hashtag elite fortune group. IG about to be on.
Ariana, can you move highlights? I'm not sure. So if you have it on one highlight, can you change it and put it to another one?
Yes.
You just go in and switch it.
You mean for stuff that already exists?
I was just looking at Oscar's question. He was asking, because I'm sure he wants to move all of those highlights over in one.
Yes. Okay, cool. And then who else on this call? We have at Brittany. We have at Brandon. Brandon, what's your Instagram name? Okay, let me go over to the chat box. Brandon Ramsey. Brandon. Brandn. Oops, missing D. Oh, there's two N's. Sorry, Brandon. I'm blind. There you are. Who else is on the line that's here? Oh yeah, Jamil, what's your Instagram? What's Tasia? I know yours, doctors. Doctors or drug dealers. Who else we got on here? Anybody else? And I want to make sure that I tag you all so that you can repost this as well. Okay. All right. Oh, I forgot. Jeff. I know he's on there. At Who is Giant. Perfect. Cool. And then you can also change the font style. They currently don't have a lot of options. I hope they get more because these sometimes don't work for me very well. But this is another one that you could use. They're going to scroll over in a second. And you just hit the top of the bottom where it says modern. We got neon, typewriter. I like typewriter. And then to give it a different colored background, you hit the A with the little like stars next to it. And then you have other options. And then you can also change the alignment as well. Maybe you want to do it on the right side or the left side. Maybe you want to do it centered. Those are all your options. And then I usually like black. They have other colors at the bottom. All you do is scroll to the left and you can see additional colors to add to your story text. Now, typically, because I would be doing this photo as like a promotion, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling so much. I would not put any words on this, right? Like this should just be a quote by itself. But the point of what we're doing is like a quote, but also we're telling people that this is something that we're learning. Got it? So that's why I'm adding words, but I usually would not add any additional words to this. All right, and then all I would do is tap at the bottom, your stories, and it's there. Now, the question about switching highlights, let me just see something here. So if I have a highlight in DIY projects, let's see, and I go to edit highlights. It's not there, not there, not there. So it looks like I can add to existing highlights from the archive. But can I send to? So it looks like, from what I can see, you can add to existing highlights, but you can't move. Like when I'm adding to an existing highlight, I'm going into my archive to pull out things that I've already posted. So you can go in and put information that you've previously shared, but you can't move from highlight to highlight. Does that make sense, Oscar? So I can't move from a highlight that I already have. I can just move from my overall story collection. Got it? So what I would suggest for you is just, because anything that you've posted in your story is still in your archive. So if you want to make bullies all one thing, just, create your highlight cover and then drop all the bully stuff in one place, or however you want to separate it out. What I feed my bullies, transformation, show with bullies, however you want to highlight them and title them, you would just do that. And then another thing, if you guys don't know, when you want to title your highlight underneath, you would just click the edit button and then you can name it something here at the top of the page. So the cover has to go into your story, but to edit the highlight, you have to do from your Instagram page. So does that make sense? All right.
Gotcha.
Cool beans. So your task, everyone, post in your story your brand new shiny Instagram story graphic that we made today. Oops, sorry. And then tag hashtag the Elite Fortune Group so that, and you have to hashtag myself, and I'll put my page in here. I'm at Ariana Stowe and at official Travis Davis so we can repost what you have shared. All right. And the reason this, oops, sorry, I just sent that to Jamil. Let me send it to everybody. The reason why this is important is because we're creating a movement, right? In order to create a movement, you got to have people that are involved in that movement, right? So that concludes this Canva training for you guys. Who has questions? Who's stuck? Who needs help?
I'm stuck, but I guess I gotta just play around with it. So
Where are you stuck at?
Right now I'm just transferring some files so I can add some pictures. I wanted to use some pictures. I was gonna do like a little ebook cover and then
Okay.
post.
Perfect. All right. Well, whenever you get that done, we'll give you 24 hours to get it done and post it to your stories. That sound cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, perfect.
Any other questions on it? Don't be scared. Now's the time.
Yeah, ask now. Ask away.
All right. Great training, Ariana.
Thank you.
Yep. I'm about to start. Repeat that quote. What did I say? Dang.
It's on the recording. I don't know.
Don't be scared of failures. Learn from them. What the hell did I say? Don't be scared of failures. Embrace them, learn from them, and do it again. Don't be scared of failures. Embrace them, learn from them, and do it again.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna throw this in the chat for you guys.
I talk a lot and I always forget what I say.
Oh, Jamil said, and fail again. Yeah, let's think about this quote. Don't be scared of failures. Embrace them, learn from them.
Well, it's start again. Say start again.
And start again. Okay. Thank you, Jamil.
The moral of your failure is like you're gonna fail.
You're
right?
gonna fail anyway.
You gotta keep doing it.
Cool beans. So did this answer your questions about Canva, Tasia? Was this helpful for you?
Yes, it was super helpful. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I figured you may have not started in the right place. I don't know what's going on with that saving option, but it should be doing it automatically. So if you're still having issues, I would contact Canva for support. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it was good. That where you started was different than where I started. So yeah.
Perfect.
All right, guys. So I will drop this link in there, Ariana. I appreciate that training. It was excellent. Before we get off of here, I want to just share this with you guys because I know a lot of us are in the midst of trying to create a digital product or, really understand how to operate. I'm trying to pull up the damn chat. So I'm going to give you this link. Now, I know it may look confusing. I'm going to try to go and explain it just quickly. But this is how you should operate in order to, do the different things that you want to do. So, if you want to create a digital product, and once again, use this aspect for everything, okay? This is how I'm able to do multiple things. So let's say you want to create your digital product. You write that in the middle, and then you have to come and figure out, like, which direction do you want to go in, all right? Are you creating a software? You creating a video course? Creating an ebook? All right, once you figure that out, then you could take this map, and it's going to tell you everything. Like, if you want to create an ebook, all right, you write your ebook out, and now you know what you have to work towards, all right? Fill in the blanks. Like, you can't sit here and say what to write about and just say it in your head. Like, all right, I'm going to write about how I trained bullies and how we did 2 weeks on the road and blah, blah, blah. Boom. All right. I said that I looked at it and then I go to researching hot topics. I'm like, all right, well, I researched the hot topics. I just looked on Google and seen that these are some hot topics. I never wrote anything down, right? You have to write this stuff down in these bubbles because once you're ready to connect it, all the work is done. Everything is done. Now you're just looking at your dots and filling it in, connecting the dots. And you do this for everything, all right? Everything. So once again, I know this probably looks confusing, but trust me, if you just look at the strings that are tying into here, every one is a start for something, right? So pre-launch, these are the things that you need to look into pre-launch and post-launch. These are This is everything that you're going to need to do. All right. I hope that helped you out, just to get you going. That's all that we have today, guys. Don't forget, if you need help with on our side as far as our products that we offer, and you want to share this opportunity with somebody, you can go into your back office, schedule a consultation, make sure you get their phone number and their email, schedule the consultation for them, everything, and make sure you put yourself on the consultation call. Everything will register. It'll kick to our system, and our team will get it on the calendar. And we'll make sure we close that sale for you. If you can put 10 people on a webinar, all right, once again, you can bring 10 people on a call like right now at 7 o'clock on a Thursday or something. You know, set that up. Let me get on the phone. We close 10 people out at one time. You get the residual for all that. So these are just things that you could put in your mind as you're mapping it out. You know, like when I wrote my ebook right here for one of my ebooks, all I simply said are, okay, well, this is what I want to write about in my ebook. Now, how can I tell this story and input my links into it? You know, Brittany, now that you have your book done, you should be writing blogs, okay? It's talking about different pieces that's in the book or something, but at the bottom of your blog, it's like, all right, well, hey, you like that? Why don't you check out my book, great resource. Boom. All you're doing is writing these blogs, putting it up. And in the meantime, if you read it, 9 times out of 10, you're going to click on my book at the bottom of it. You have to zoom in a little bit, Brittany, about the file. I think it should pick up. But that's all that I have, guys. Is there any questions that you may have about anything going on? Yeah, like it's blurry to me out here. It probably came to you like this. But you really got to like zoom into it. If it's still giving you a problem, let me know. I'll try to give you this file as well. Let me see if I can give it in this format. All right, try this format. Did they go in there? All right, so I sent both of those formats. But once again, everything that you do, every offer that you have, if you make a map like this, you'll know what it is that you need to do. Anytime you're starting out, if you're doing a course, you know, you want to do a weight loss course, you know, it needs to go in the middle right here. And then you need to know all your pieces to get this started. You're going to have a pre-launch phase. All right. 9 times out of 10, you're going to do a video course. So this is just go up here, video course. Now, this is every topic in the video course. This is everything. Videos you can shoot. You label all the videos that you can shoot. All right. Tips for creating your video course. All the tips that you have. What are the resources? All the resources that I can use to help me with this video course. All right. These are your tools. Okay. Like your camera, microphone, everything that you're going to need to do your video course. Then you come down into it, dive down into it, fill out every step. Like you can't cheat a step. If you cheat a step, you cheat yourself. But I promise you, if you just do this legwork and map things out and put it on paper, everything that you thought was going to take you a long time will be 10 times faster. 10 times faster. I only can just keep harping on Brittany because she was right here in front of me. But, you know, we sat her down and made her put things with dates. It's no excuses. You know, I'm telling you, if you don't write this stuff down, you don't put dates on it, you're literally going to be 2 weeks later and you still have nothing done. 1 month later, still nothing done. And the next thing you're going to look for blame. Okay? I'm telling you how the mind works and how the mind operates. You have it down on paper. You have the date. It's nobody to blame but yourself. So that's all that I have for you guys today. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you're taking advantage of your back office, the training, the calls. We're here to help you out. but you got to put in the effort. That's all I got. Talk to you guys later. Are there any questions before we get off? Cool. Sounds good. I'll talk to you later. Don't forget, Sunday, 7:30 is our leadership call. Look to bring somebody on the line with you on that leadership call so we can, show them what it is that we do here with Elite Fortune Group. Take advantage. Appreciate you for tuning in. Enjoy your night.